Assalamualaikum and very good day for everyone. Today I'm going to present a proposal under language planning and policy. The title of my proposal is College Students' Perceptions on English Medium Instruction Policy. My name is Nurul Atika binti Mustafa and my ID is KBL19002. In my proposal, I have three main chapters. Number 1 is Introduction, Chapter 2 is Literature Review, and the last chapter is Methodology. Chapter 1. In Chapter 1, I would like to highlight the background of my proposal, which mention official language, medium of instruction, and some significant policy regarding medium of instruction. As for official language in Malaysia, it is Bahasa Malaysia, but all other languages are equally protected, such as Tamil, Mandarin, and other languages. They also have schools to protect their own languages, such as vernacular schools. As for medium of instruction, the medium of instruction acronym is MI, is the language used in the school to implement the curriculum. It performs all the function of language such as informative, regulatory, international, personal. But in practice, the most commonly performed are the informative, the regulatory, and the heuristic. As we will look for the history, there were three significant policy shifts regarding MI in Malaysian schools and university, such as number 1, they implemented Bahasa Malaysia as the medium of instruction, and then the government decided to change to English as a medium of instruction, such as PPSMI, and then it switched back to Bahasa Malaysia because of the low performance of the students in schools. Recently, in 2016, there was a program named Dual Language Program DLP, which aims to strengthen English proficiency by using English medium instruction EMI for maths and science subjects, while upholding the national language, that is Bahasa Malaysia, using Bahasa Malaysia for other non-language oriented subjects, okay, rather than maths and science. So, what's the problem? In order to promote our own national language, that is Bahasa Malaysia, we also have our concern on the use of English as to advancing Malaysia's economy. We know that by having or by implementing Bahasa Malaysia as the medium of instruction, it will preserve our national language. And we know that BM or our national language unites people. But we have problem if we want to have more advance in economy, we want to master in science and technology, we have to use in English as the medium of instruction. So it is important in response of also globalization. In Malaysia, we have multilingual society. We have three big ethnics such as Malay, Chinese, and Indian. And our educational system is also quite different as compared to other countries. We have national school, we have vernacular schools, such as Sekolah Jenis Kebahasaan SJK, and then EMI, English as medium instruction in higher education, is the last highlight for the problem statement. as we go along, public and private higher educational institutions in Malaysia normally use English as the medium of instruction in teaching and learning session. They are also having troubles, especially for low competent students in English when they enter university or colleges, because they are affected by their own medium of instruction experiences at secondary school. Let's say they use Bahasa Malaysia, then they have to switch it to English when they enter university or colleges. That is the problem. This study have two research objectives. Number one, to study the attitudes and preferences of EMI, English Medium Instruction, from the perspective of Malaysian college students. Number two, to investigate the effects of MI, Medium of Instruction, on students' learning experiences. Moving on. Then, I formulated this research question. 3 research questions. Number 1, what are college students' attitudes of using EMI? Number 2, what are college students' preferred MI in learning session? Number 3, how does EMI affect college students' learning experiences? Now, we take a look into chapter 2, that is literature review. In this chapter, there are 3 related works as with the title of my study. Number 1, from Jill 2004, which highlight BMI and EMI in Malaysia, particularly in public and private universities. Jill also highlighted medium instruction in Malaysian institution of higher education, which she noted there were some negative implication of using BMI, as the students' lack of competence in English reading skills when they use BMI. Meanwhile, number 2 work from Hashim and Letzner also talk about the same issues. And another one is Ong Sivapalan, Badaria, Masita and Shazlin 2013, which discussed the Malaysian schooling system, which was quite complex, and also various medium instruction, as it highlighted the different medium of instruction used by students. Moving on, we have chapter 3, methodology. As for methodology, number 1, I would like to mention my proposed methodological approach that I am going to employ in my research, that is action research. Lewin, 1946, page 35, defined action research as a comparative research on the condition and effects of various forms of social action at research leading to social action. So, what is action research? And I also employ action research from Camis and McTaggart in order to perform my study. So this is the proposed action research spiral by Camis and McTaggart. If we look closely, this is the figure which have the number 1, plan, number 2, act and observe reflect together, and the last one, reformulate more critically informed plans. So this is the figure. And this is the explanation where I adapted from Chemist and McTaggart just now. For plan procedure, I plan to discuss the issues and the problems of MI, medium of instruction, with my research team and some other English language lecturers. So when we discuss, we can identify the problems of this MI with our students. Number 2, action. I'm going to execute research strategies that may produce positive outcomes after we identify the problem. So we plan for the action as survey. Number 3, observe. Recording the observation outcomes by analyzing the survey data. So we would like to collect the data through survey forms. And the last one, reflection. After collecting, we will evaluate the outcomes of the survey data and discussing the conclusion and how these strategies can be improved for future research. Next is sampling techniques. The sampling technique that I'm going to employ is stratified random sampling. In this proposed college, the population is about 1,100 students. It is a private college in Kuantan. So under this population, there will be segments, which we call strata. So I would like to segment them into 4 different diploma programs, as we offer in this college. They offer 4 different programs, such as accounting students, civil engineering students, human resource management students, and business management students. And a total of sample size from the population, it is more or less 10%. Thus, I'm proposing to have 100 sample size. Moving on, research instrument. The research instrument using survey, because this study is a quantitative action research study. So we are using survey. The question of the survey will be adopted from Said, Varghese and Ghazali 2018, which I summarized them into this table. For example, number 1, indicator for college students' attitude of using AMI. Number 2, indicator for college students' preferred MI for learning session. Number 3, indicator for effects of EMI on college students' learning experiences. All of these 3 main variables will be designed into Likert scale question type. I think that's all about the proposal. And here is the list of the references used of this proposal. Thank you.